What's up, everyone? My name is Adrian Rogue, and before you hop into this video, I didn't do an intro of this original video. So, with the whole month of May, I announced my Discord server um, that I'm experimenting with new content during the month of May. And during the month of May, I experimented with media share. Now, if you don't know what media share is, it's basically when people suggest to you some videos you need to watch, or you just watch along other people. And I came across some other content I wanted to experiment with, like My Strange Addiction, Auntie Day Fiance, everything that's on the TLC YouTube channel. And last night, or well, the 30th of May, was the sort of final day of experimenting with that type of content. And I came across a new series I want to do called Extreme Foods or Extreme Eating. I'm not sure what the name is. And I think that's sort of the content I'll be working on. And so I didn't do an intro of it last or the 30th of May because we did a Donda stream earlier that night, and sort of I went through to media share. So this is sort of my intro to the video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy me reacting to the disgustingness of extreme foods. And if you did enjoy the video, then make sure you subscribe. Go follow my Twitch because that's where everything happens. I cut the video down to 10 to 20 minutes, but the original like stream of it is like 40 to 50 minutes long because I just talk about and stuff I can't include in YouTube. So yeah, go follow my Twitch, go follow my Instagram. It's down in the description. Follow my Twitter, and like I said, Twitch, and subscribe and like. And recognition. Enjoy the video. Why do people do this? Obsessed with raw chicken. Wait, now I need to check this out. Oh, that's loud. That is super loud.
Someone who takes an eating habit to the extreme.
Daniel is obsessed with raw meat.
It goes down real smooth, you know?
He loves the taste and texture, and completely disregards the risks.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I just really don't want.
What doesn't kill you now will give you salmonella later. I am curious. I know a friend who eats raw meat. I am curious. This will give me now an insight to this, okay?
My brother to end up dying from that one bad
Okay.
piece of meat.
I'm not gonna gag, I promise.
Intense therapy. Can specialists Mike Dow and JJ Virgin help Daniel let go of his dangerous obsession
What he is doing has real consequences.
before it's too late?
Your first sign could be death, and it's not a nice death.
This is my new content I'm gonna watch. Freaky Eaters. Yes! Hi, Zaya. My voice is broke.
29-year-old Daniel.
Sorry.
has a
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
For one freaky habit. Daniel has been obsessed with raw meat for the past 6 years. He feeds his body 4 times a week in pound after
I want someone to look at me like he looks at raw meat.
pound of raw beef, eating whole steaks pulled right from the packaging. Even raw chicken.
It isn't really normal for people to have the eating
It
habits
isn't
that
normal.
Daniel does.
Every year, 76 million people contract foodborne illness.
Okay, what are your guys' opinion on this? I am curious.
375,000 are hospitalized.
Yeah, because of E. coli and fucking salmonella and all other illnesses you get from eating raw. Wait. Also, wait, is captions available? Yes, cool.
Approximately 5,000 die.
I'm really concerned that Daniel doesn't care that one day this could lead to death.
In fact, Daniel scoffs at the thought of getting sick.
It's absolutely worth it to eat raw meat, even though there's consequences. Consequences are minor.
I like to pull it.
No,
See the muscles.
no.
There's no real reason behind it besides I like the taste and texture. It's like butter.
Daniel's love of raw food started when he was a child.
Of course, everything happens when you were a child. I got addicted drinking water when I was a child. Do you know why? Because water is healthy. It doesn't give me salmonella unless it's full like not treated water. Ah, yes. I bashed my head against a window, and ever since when I was a child, I've been eating glass for the past 14 years. Okay.
Once he left the strict confines of his parents' house, Daniel began experimenting with more raw foods.
It was just a relaxing moment. One of those quiet things where you do it on your own and you're like, wow, this was nice.
You do stuff alone with your body that doesn't make you sick. It is called the M word. I'm not going to even say it on stream. It's called the M word. Or if you're feeling down or depressed, you know what I mean. You hurt yourself. Eating raw meat. That is probably the second dumbest thing I've heard someone do when they're alone. I'm not going to say the first one.
Soon, Daniel was indulging his raw meat cravings several times a week, but he only shared his secret with his brother.
I thought it was just something he was trying out, but then it started progressing to 3 or 4 times a week, and that's when I really started to get concerned.
After graduation, Daniel took a job as a government analyst.
Oh,
He finally
no.
gained some respect from his family.
It wasn't rewarding. I was dying a little every day.
Depressed, Daniel eventually quit his job to pursue writing full-time.
I want to make some kind of a difference in the world, you know? That's why I like the whole creative angle. You can usually help people by doing what you're best at, I think.
Daniel now spends his time doing what he loves most, writing, working out, and searching for inexpensive ways to feed his obsession.
I like bargains, and I always look for the cheapest cut.
The cheapest cut are usually the unhealthiest.
I don't think he does any type of preparation to it, washing it whatsoever.
Horrified by the risks Daniel is taking, his brother Bryant has begged him to give up raw meat.
Daniel disregards any health advice he gets regarding the raw meat that he consumes.
Some products may contain bacteria that could cause illness if the product is cooked improperly. Whatever. I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you give you salmonella, E. coli, and all the other illnesses we googled earlier.
Never gotten sick from eating raw meat, ever. And I've been
Hi,
doing it
Bianca.
for
How are you?
6 years now.
Welcome to...
I just really don't
I'm utterly disgusted by my 5 freaky eaters with new content I'm experimenting on. And you?
want my brother to end up dying.
Overall, I'm doing great.
One bad piece of meat.
I think I'm just gonna have nightmares.
With nowhere else to turn, Bryant has
I'm
asked
happy
for
you are.
theater specialist JJ Virgin and Dr. Mike Dow to intervene.
I'm JJ Virgin. And
Are
I'm
you
a
here to
board-certified
get
nutrition
disgusted by people
specialist.
eating raw meat?
My name is Dr. Mike Dow.
Anyway, let's
Buying
continue
whatever meat he can get, basically. So
this.
it might not be the highest quality, so
You could eat carpaccio, you could eat steak tartare if you're choosing very high quality meats prepared by professional chefs.
Yeah.
Daniel is going and buying the manager's special, the cheapest.
Yeah. So there are like raw meat stuff you can eat, but it has to be prepared correctly. Like carpaccio and steak tartare. I only ate steak tartare once in my life. Carpaccio is more an American thing. But well, no, it's not in South Africa, that's what I mean. But yeah, if the meat is prepared correctly and safely, then sure. But eating stuff you get out of packets and out of... Yeah, you're getting out of packets. It's extremely, extremely unsafe.
Oldest meat.
Why don't we go meet him?
okay, let's do it.
We're going to go talk to Daniel. We're going to confront him about his behaviors. We're going to figure out
I'm
if he's
curious
willing
what
to
he has
accept
to
our
say, chat.
Daniel
I'm
has a
curious, what are your
disturbing obsession
thoughts
with
about
raw
this,
meat
chat?
that he indulges several
What are
times
your
a week.
thoughts about
What doesn't kill you
this?
makes you stronger.
His brother Bryant is hoping that a week of intense therapy with psychotherapist Dr. Dow
Oh.
and nutritionist JJ Virgin will convince Daniel to change.
Daniel, hi there.
What's up?
I'm Dr. Mike Dow.
Mike Dow.
Nice to
Pleasure.
meet you.
JJ Virgin. Good
Pleasure.
to meet you.
Pleasure. I'm just going through my routine.
I like his
doing my
gym.
usual thing, and now here comes my brother with these like doctors, and just totally took me by surprise.
Okay.
Dude, what's going on?
The reason these people
That's
are
it,
here is
yeah.
because I called them
It's-
about how
it's
you like to
very
eat
ew.
raw meat. I don't know if you really know how much this can affect your health, so they want to help you.
Oh, okay, but I don't think I.
Okay, can we agree that this looks like a... I don't know if it's a setup gym or if it's his house gym or if it's just a gym. But this looks really nice. I would gym here.
Need help?
I really do hope that they can just strike some chord with Daniel, but I know it's going to be hard.
So I'm hearing that you're not convinced at all that this could be dangerous to you.
That's absolutely right.
You're making a joke of all of this that could kill you. What's up with that?
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Driving's more dangerous, I think.
Well, you know, things are a decision. You wouldn't drive on the wrong side of the street.
No.
And I hear a lot of these rationalizations, and all the rationalizations are geared towards you continuing to eat raw meat.
That is correct.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like what you need is some information.
Would you be willing to come with us so we can show you a few things and possibly change your mind?
All right, but you got a big chore ahead of you, I'll just say that. I feel like they're talking down to me. It felt like a fight with me against 3 people.
No, it was a perfectly normal conversation between adults and a fucking child. Trying to help the
They
child.
were attacking me, not just my eating habits.
They weren't attacking you, they were trying to help you.
Since Daniel refuses to acknowledge the risks of eating raw meat, Dr. Dow and JJ want to introduce him to someone who can show him the danger he is facing.
Cool.
My name is Dr. Mike Carragher. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician. Raw beef is covered with microscopic organisms, viruses, as well as parasites.
Also, I'm learning something
They're
new
not
too. This
visible
is sort
to
of
the
an
human eye,
educational
but
thing now.
nonetheless, they're there.
Your
Yeah.
first sign of eating a parasite or a virus or a bacteria could be death, and it's not a nice death.
Yeah.
I haven't died yet.
You are a dumbass. Ha 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 ha.
If we showed you evidence, would that help you to make some changes in your life?
I don't know, I really like it, and I really don't want to change.
I also really like drinking water. I also really like playing games, and I really like eating popcorn. But you don't. Well, I have to drink water every day. That's sort of part of my diet. But excluding the water, you don't see me playing games every day, which I don't, by the way. I have a healthy balance between playing games, college work, and a social life. You don't see me eating popcorn every day, even though I want to. If people told me, listen, Adrian popcorn can kill you, right? And they show me evidence and various studies, I will stop eating popcorn. But also, I know there's a bunch of studies that video games, shrinks your mind, blah, blah, blah. There's also a lot of studies that saying video games it's very healthy for the mind. I'm just checking. Nah, it's not controlling. Cool. So yeah, just an FYI. Can you play, please?
I see this cavalier attitude, this defensiveness. Daniel needs to put down his denial and accept that what he is doing has real consequences.
To determine exactly what these consequences entail, Dr. Carragher wants to run some tests on one of Daniel's favorite foods.
This is some ground chopped meat, which we got from your refrigerator.
Sorry.
The test tab will reveal if E. coli is present in the ground beef.
E. coli is incredibly dangerous. It starts with stomach
Damn.
cramps, diarrhea, headaches, fever, bloody stools, but then it can quickly progress to organ failure and death.
Yeah.
While Daniel hasn't experienced the onset of these side effects yet, it doesn't mean
And
they
we're
aren't
gonna
in his
stream a bit
future.
longer than 2
We look at
hours.
the tip of the test strips. If there's any discoloration at all, it means there's a positive test.
Right.
So
Okay.
looks like our E. coli here has changed in color. So that's positive E. coli on the ground beef from your refrigerator, living on your chop meat.
The E. coli test they did came up positive, but I don't think it's a real biggie because I think my body's naturally made to fight this type of thing.
Your body isn't made to naturally fight a parasite. Sure, illnesses or bacteria and viruses, but a parasite is a living organism that moves and respirates and everything. Well, viruses and bacteria too. But a parasite doesn't go into your bloodstream. That's what I'm trying to say. A parasite doesn't go into your bloodstream. It goes in your stomach and it goes into in whatever organ you like. Your body can't fight a parasite. You can fight viruses and bacteria,
Is there such
but
a
not.
thing as the body building up immunity?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, you're putting yourself at higher risk for disease the more raw meat that you eat.
The easiest way to prevent oneself from being infected with these bacteria is cooking the meat accurately.
One of the things that's going to make this more real for you is to see what's really going on inside your body.
We're going to take a stool sample, send it off to the lab, and
Oh, you're going to shit in a cup for us.
what's going on inside your gastrointestinal tract.
It's very likely that Daniel could have a parasite and not even know it.
Yeah. The fun little fact: you would never know if you have a parasite until your stool. I'm gonna say stool. Until your stool is blood red, or until you start noticing you're losing a lot of weight, and that's called worms, right? That's called worms, stomach worms. So you'll never notice until you start losing weight, because the thing is, a parasite doesn't. It gives you nausea, like it gives all your stomach-related illnesses like gas and gastro and just gassiness and diarrhea, nausea, puking. Like it gives all the stomach-related illnesses. So if you get a headache, you will just automatically assume, oh no, I'm
After he
just.
first met with freaky eater specialist, Daniel is still
Yeah.
refusing to acknowledge the risks associated with eating raw meat.
I haven't died yet.
So Dr. Dow wants to speak with him one-on-one to see if he can uncover why Daniel adopted his habit in the first place.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Starting with his family.
Tell me about your dad.
He's authoritative. He's a military man, just
Okay.
like my grandpa was also a military man.
It sounds like you took a very different path than the rest of the men in your family.
Yeah.
That's true.
How was that for you growing up, or when you realized that you did not want to go on that path?
I feel like I haven't fulfilled expectations yet. I still feel kind of disappointed.
Daniel,
Okay.
you talk about yourself with this lens of I'm not good enough.
Yeah, that's right.
It sounds like you really have this need of wanting to figure out who you are. And
Yep.
you want to actually live the life that is Daniel, not anybody else.
Yeah,
What did you need from your dad that you didn't get?
more support
And
for,
affection.
self-exploration, I
Mhm.
would say. More support of the arts.
Hmm.
Maybe I have some issues about validation.
Yeah, you definitely
Dad,
do.
And kind of meeting expectations in life.
Tell me what being a man means to you in your
Yeah,
life,
I'm
Daniel.
curious.
It means being proud of what I'm doing and making a difference.
If you had all those things in your life, what do you think might happen to eating raw meat?
I wouldn't think about it as much anymore. Just food. He kind of opened that up to me.
Thank you for being so honest with me today.
Well, thanks for asking the good questions.
My pleasure. Daniel's raw meat eating is about him not feeling good enough. He doesn't feel very supported.
No, I get you're a therapist, but no, I don't agree with you. Eating raw meat or whatever inanimate object, it doesn't go with you don't feel validated. I don't fucking think so whatsoever. And this isn't me being a Karen or a Steve, whatever. Yeah, the science is wrong. No, it's not that. It's me with my personal opinion, real. And this is based off no research. Disclaimer. This is me giving my opinion. Eating weird stuff or doing weird stuff that's out of the norm. It isn't about seeking validation. It's seeking attention, and not attention from people. It's seeking attention from those who you care about, aka father, mother, brother, sister. And it's seeking acceptance. But since you're not getting one of those two, you want your loved ones or people to validate you, to say, listen, you're a good boy. I don't fucking believe that whatsoever.
And his family. The more we can find things to add to his life where he can get these emotional needs met, the less he will feel the compulsion to engage in these risky behaviors.
Daniel may have a better understanding of why he's been eating raw meat.
Also, just want to add something again. Just want to add something real quick. I wouldn't say this is addiction, but I do have a thing for where I chew bubblegum a lot. I don't think it's an addiction. I can live without bubblegum, but I chew bubblegum a lot. Like, I think I chew bubblegum like 3 times a day. And like, this isn't me saying, oh no, my parents never loved me, my parents hated me. No, I chew bubblegum because it's just stimulating my mouth, keeping my mouth busy. And no, I wasn't a smoker. It keeps my mouth busy because I do get bored. Saying, oh no, I like eating raw meat because it's satisfying, knowing that there's risk, but you say, oh no, the risk isn't that great. That's called attention seeking.
Skeptical as to why he should give it up. JJ hopes the results of his lab tests will change his mind.
You ready?
Yes. I have no idea what's going on, but in the back of my mind, I'm kind of digging in for another fight.
You do have a parasite.
Just the word parasites is kind of strong, and it stood out there.
We're not sure whether it is something that's, attaching into your small intestinal wall and actually causing problems. Daniel needs to take these tests and go back and see his doctor. He needs to deal with this parasite. We watch for side effects here. We watch for any kind of diarrhea, nausea, headaches, fever. Daniel's attitude did a 180-degree shift as we started to review his test results, and it all became very real to him.
Good.
One more thing that's of interest on this test, rotting protein that hasn't digested sitting in your gut. Now, if you tell me that I'm just going to keep eating raw meat, I'm going to tell you, you'll probably start gaining fat more and more because that's a definite thing that it does.
I know it makes me seem shallow, but that is an important part of the argument about the fat and all that.
What do you...
Yeah, by the way, raw meat can't be digested very quickly. You know why? Because I forgot the English word for it, but I forgot the Afrikaans word for it. But your stomach processes food that's soft and that has been cooked, that has been, chewed up. That's just mush. That's how you sort of, how can I say, your food gets digested and goes through your intestines, and the whole shit cycle happens. Raw meat is hard, cold, hasn't been chewed properly, and yeah, so it's there being digested, but very, very slowly.
What do you want to look like?
I want to be a god on earth.
It would never work if we didn't fix this.
Okay. The turning point came when JJ told me how eliminating this could improve my life physically.
So he has a parasite that's sucking the food, but it's also the food doesn't want to dissolve. So the parasite is sucking on blood.
Yes, let's do it.
It just shows you what a big deal vanity is. You know, I sat there and showed Daniel how his raw meat diet could kill him, and he really didn't care. But when I tied it to how he could get a six-pack, boom, he's all in.
Vanity's pain.
Determined to take control of his own life and forget the expectations of his family, Daniel has agreed to give up his dangerous raw meat habit.
If you say he's drinking raw egg.
To Daniel's problem. He just needs to cook his food.
So the first morning, he prepares himself a cooked breakfast.
I've set my mind now to eating healthy and cooking my food,
avocado.
and doing things right. It's hard to kick a habit.
I'm curious.
He's also adopted a new fitness regime to get the adrenaline rush that he used to get from raw meat.
I feel healthy.
Okay.
After 3 full days without raw meat, Daniel is already noticing a physical difference.
What's making me stay strong is looking in the mirror at my stomach and watching it get flatter. I'm gonna hang in there. I'm not thinking about going back to eating raw meat because I've got my eyes on the prize.
Here's an apron for you.
Excellent.
Inspired by his session with Dr. Dow, on the 4th day, Daniel decides to focus less on himself and more on helping others.
At this point, what I want Daniel to add to his life are behaviors where he feels like his life has meaning.
So he volunteers at a local soup kitchen.
Aww.
How you doing?
Oh, one day at a time.
I feel that. I really like being around people and helping people, and I found that really rewarding. It's more deep-seated and not as temporary as eating raw food was.
Yeah.
Good morning. Helping other people is definitely a lot healthier than consuming raw.
Listen, can I come in your soup kitchen and film you being a good person just for the cameras? Then 2 days later, you can quit this job and back being a narcissistic person. Great, cool.
Food.
But while volunteering has helped Daniel
Alright, sorry, I have a major issue with people who film their good doings.
feel better about himself,
I have a major
it
issue
is
with
not
it.
enough to keep the cravings at bay.
Okay.
By the 5th day, it gets to be too much.
I have that craving. I want some meat.
When he gets home, the familiar look and smell are all too enticing.
My mouth just started watering looking at this thing. I'm not. It was just tough, chewy, and disappointing, and I wanted it to taste good. I really did, but it just didn't. So I'm cutting through the meat and I look over and there's the other half of the meat I bought sitting raw. It's nice and red.
Yeah,
So
don't worry,
easy
the
to
stream is
throw,
gonna
just like a little
end
salt on
soon. I know why you're tired.
But I just shut myself off from it and just kept sawing through the thing.
I mean, that is good cooked meat.
On day 7, Dr. Dow asks both Daniel and his brother to join him for one.
Okay, basically, they just say how he improved. Yeah, it's basically how he improved. I'm curious what the comments are. Wait, would you like it cooked, Daniel? I don't want it to be cooked. He loves all raw meat. Shows picture of Daniel holding a cat. Oh no! I eat raw meat, psychologist. Your dad didn't love. Yeah, exactly. Like this, I have to agree with this. Like, how does eating raw meat contribute to your dad being not loving you? Plot twist. He's just a lazy to. Yeah, basically. Yes, I'm eating raw chicken when I legit realize everything. Yeah, me too. The man's immune system must be insane. Probably. He always buys the cheapest cut. Seems like this man is... Yeah! Say a hello to your new friends, Sam and Ella. Salmonella. Him eats raw chicken. Me literally washing my eyes for even looking at... Yeah. I don't like the sight of raw chicken. I hate it. Imagine us... Yeah, I mean, Chef Ramsay, it's raw, Daniel. Yes, Pass the wasabi. Looks healthy. Yeah. He's the definition of the quote. It's not the outside, but the inside. Yeah. When people eat raw fish, example sushi, calm. When you panic. I mean, raw fish can be treated. That's the thing. If it's treated, that's a big no-no. So I think this is sort of the content I'm going to be focusing on as the media share. You know, add media share, but while the media share is there, we just react to freaky eaters. I'm curious, is there like a whole playlist of this? Playlist. Yeah, there are 16 episodes of this. There are 16 episodes of this. So I think that will be the content I will be focusing on for like media share and stuff. Oh, nah, chat. I hate everything about people. So this week I won't be streaming. I will be streaming Friday. I'm taking a break of Undertale for a bit. I want to stream it again, but yeah. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day / night depending on when and where you watch this. Stay safe. Don't eat raw fish or poultry or picking ground beef. Please don't. But stay safe. Follow my Insta, Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube and follow my Twitch. But Rogue Nation, I'll bid you adieu. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If you're gonna sleep tight. Don't have a bed bugs bite. And stay safe, Rogue Nation. As always. Wait, fuck. Wrong scene. As always, Rogue Nation. Go Rogue.